Okay, YouTube, this is how to replace a 2005 Buick Lesabre fuel tank. If this job has come upon you, I am truly sorry. Basically, what you're going to have to end up doing is you're going to have to take out or lower the subframe. Now, you need to keep in mind that these springs are under tension, but if you're just trying to take out the fuel tank, you do not have to take out the entire subframe. Completely disconnected, which saves you some time. So, what you're going to end up having to do is these body mount bolts. There's two of them. These guys. That's 18 millimeter. Okay. So get your impact wrench and take those out. Next up, make sure that you disconnect, your fuel pressure and your fuel pump sensors connections there. You're going to have your two fuel lines, the sending and returning. You're going to have your evap line, and that's going to come out with the tank. You're just going to want to make sure that everything else up here is nice and loose, disconnected. Here's the vapor solenoid. I disconnected that from the new charcoal canister back there. And whenever you're taking it down, there's two things. This brake line back here and this brake line over here. You see this brake line over here is under a little bit of tension, but not a whole lot. It's still movable. So yeah, just make sure that you don't snap that off. You don't have the car raised too high. I actually have a little block of wood holding up this wheel. Okay, so once you get those disconnected, these two disconnected, and you don't actually need to support this, not initially at least. You are going to need to get the exhaust hangers off. There's one right here to get that off, and then and this is the back of the subframe here. You have another 18 millimeter bolt, and then you're going to have three 15 millimeters, and that's on both sides. For the exhaust, because you're going to have to take off the exhaust too. It's the catalytic converter, which bolts up directly to the downpipe. There's four 13 millimeter bolts, and very simply, those should actually come right out without a torch or an impact. It's actually quite easy for an exhaust part. The part that was not easy for me was the downstream O2 sensor. I ended up just clipping it because that thing's just rusted on there. I'll just put a new one on. It's not a big deal. So yeah, so that's replacing the fuel tank. Lower the subframe. Drop the exhaust hangers, drop the exhaust. Once you got that down, then you should be able to forcefully pull the fuel tank out. Now, only reason why you would have to end up doing this is if you had the problem that I had, which was fuel was flowing into the charcoal canister. And the reason why, again, I pray this does not happen to you, but if you're watching this video, then I'm assuming yours fucked up. So this guy right here, it's integrated into the tank, and because it is, you can't replace it, you can't swap it out, you have to get a new fuel tank. Now, from what I read, this is an 18.5 gallon. This one was a 17.5. It shouldn't matter. Obviously I'm gonna find out, but if this fails, you have to drop the tank. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. You could disconnect the evap line to the charcoal canister, but then that's going to lead to a whole nother host of issues, and you're not going to have an evap system, and your car will probably throw a code. So that's why I had to get a new fuel tank. You're going to have to go to a junkyard because they do not make these anymore. That's the other crappy part about this. And find one, source one, and then make sure you leak check it. At least with mine, this has a 30-day warranty, so tomorrow I'll leak check it, make sure that it, in fact, this valve, this stupid little valve actually works. But yeah, so just one more time for anybody that's just curious what that looks like. That's what that looks like. Again, you're gonna have to lower the subframe and wiggle that guy out. Total pain in the ass, but it is what it is.